So the resurrection evidence. You know, you got 6 eyewitnesses in the Bible. Like, you have eyewitnesses, 6 of them. Peter, John, Matthew, Paul, James, Jude, eyewitnesses of a resurrected Christ. And then you have other eyewitnesses and secondary sources. So 1 John 1 and 4, John 21, Hebrew 2, Luke 1, 2 Peter, and Acts all say we have eyewitnesses to Jesus resurrected. These are people, and if not, they say this information is from eyewitnesses. You have eyewitnesses and people who took information from eyewitnesses. You have a lot of primary and secondary sources of people that said, I saw this happen. You have many claims of the resurrection by many authors. It's not just one guy saying it. You got 1 Corinthians, which is from 55 AD, a very early source. You got Luke, Matthew, Mark, John, Peter, and more. Okay? And then they say the Bible's been altered and changed. There's no evidence for that. We have 5,800 Greek manuscripts and 19,000 in other languages, and they are 99% the same. There's 1% difference in all of these. And of that 1%, 99% of those changes are simply spelling and grammar mistakes. Okay, so the only differences in all of these thousands and thousands of Bible is 1% of 1%. That's how much the Bible's been changed. 1% of 1%. And that goes all the way back to the 2nd century manuscripts we have. And we have entire Bibles appearing as soon as it was canonized in the 300s AD. So we've got entire Bibles as soon as the Bible was made, and then you've got manuscripts and fractured manuscripts going all the way back to the 2nd century, and they are all the same as the Bible we have today, up to 1% of 1%. Not only that, but we've got authors that write about this early. Okay, so by 150 AD, we have 42 authors writing about Jesus. And 9 are in the New Testament, 20 are Christian authors, and 4 are heretical writings, and 9 are non-Christian authors, and 4 of those 9 are historians, secular historians, Jewish and Greek historians. You have early Christians like Clement, who's pre-70 AD, writing about the temple. Okay, you got Ignatius about 90 AD, all talking about Christ and his resurrection and verifying everything the Bible says right there in the 1st century. Okay, then you've got non-Christians like Josephus and Antiquities about 93 AD. There's some manuscript variants here. There's a large lineage of a manuscript that was altered by somebody along the way. But then you've got this manuscript written here is really very authentic and very Jewish looking. So that seems to be the authentic manuscript of Jesus, being crucified right there from a Jewish source. But you've also got Tacitus. He in the Annals of the Imperial Rome, written about 160 AD. Tacitus was a senator and a historian. Okay, so a good secular source, and he gives a very clear presentation, a non-Christian presentation of Christ crucified, specifically by Pilate at the time and place he was crucified. A very clear record right there in the early 2nd century.